What's going on, Solid Steppers? This is Miss Ward coming to you. I want to talk to you. Anyway, hey, y'all, like, share, and subscribe. I have to stop myself because I be trying to get to the game, give it to you so y'all can get on, watch the video, take notes, do what you got to do to correct, self-correct, course correct, and get it together. So what I want to talk about, I just got off the phone talking to one of my coaching students, and we were discussing how people out here blame the economy, and they don't need to blame the economy, they need to blame themselves. And there's nothing wrong with this. This is how we learn. I don't understand why people got a problem with learning life lessons, because you might as well learn them with a smile and come up from the lesson. That's the whole point. The quicker you get the lesson, the quicker you get to uber success. And even when you hit uber success, there are more lessons. Understand that. So what we want to talk about is, don't blame the business, blame yourself. Don't blame the economy, blame yourself. At the end of the day, most of us who have these businesses have been living long enough to know that we have to put some things in place. How do we do it when we don't know how? You go get the book Profit First, the basic place to start. You don't even have to buy the book. I'm sure the book is on YouTube, but I'm going to put a link in the in the description with a Audible version, a link to Audible and to Amazon for you so you can get it. But at the end of the day, you should be at a point in your business where when you hear something and your ears perk up, pause the video and go do the research. You're going to hear me say that in every video, because one thing I do when I'm coaching people is I coach them to where they don't need me. I coach myself out of a responsibility and a job. And the reason is because if you can't do it without me, I'm not doing my job. I'm not going to hold you captive. You follow me? I want you to flourish, because you're going to be able to put some more sauce on it that I can't, because you're coming in it with fresh eyes. You're coming from a different perspective. You just didn't know a few things. Now, once I put you up on game, you need to be able to run and get that touchdown. That's what you need to be able to do. Man, these folks be driving like they on 95. I keep forgetting I'm in the country. They don't give a damn about the speed limit at all. So, like I was saying though, so let's talk about it. One of the biggest issues, and I watched business fail, like we were just talking about people, we were discussing the issue regarding the fact that, people are losing their homes, they're losing their businesses. And I don't wish that on nobody, because the worst thing is not to be able to pay a bill. The worst thing is not to be able to sleep, because you don't know what's coming from. You think I ain't been there. This is why I do these videos, because I want you to avoid some of the drama I've dealt with, by taking a moment. Like, when the business is doing great and the money's cash flowing, everything's good. But the key is, the best time is to get money when you don't need it. When I tell you, that is so true. And then when you get the money, you need to liquidate the money so you have access. That's another thing people don't understand. I mean, there are levels to this. So, prime example, you get your Profit First. Profit First says break it down in 5 accounts. I have much more than 5, but that's because I have multiple businesses, and I use what I like to call my self-enclosed economy. Each one of my businesses works for each other. They feed each other. That way, I have a viewpoint, and I have access to capital from multiple points in my business. Because when I built the business, I built it out in such a way where I have management company. I have a management company that manages the operating arm, that manages the equipment arm, that manages the payroll arm, and that there are administrative fees with that. That is how you structure a company. And most people don't understand. Now, I'm not saying you got to do it. You can take your one LLC, but you better learn how to get these 5 bank accounts for tax, for payroll, for cost of goods. Like, you got to be on this. And you got to be on it to the point where, because you ain't going to never be able to breathe. Until you start separating, you always going to wonder where the money comes from, because we all been trained to throw it in one pot, close our eyes, and pray for the best. We all been taught like that, because that's how you live your regular life. See, people who live their regular life, and do the Dave Ramsey, and they do 20% here, they do this and that. You know, there's a reason in the word that says you need to learn how to tithe and then learn how to live off the rest. That is your first opportunity to have what we call financial literacy in the word. So those of us who are believers, we ain't got no excuse to be out here trifling, because we know where our source and supply is. But that don't mean you go out here and do anything. You take all the gifts, you take all the education. This is why I tell people, if you're going to get QuickBooks, learn how to use QuickBooks to the max. Make sure you get the QuickBooks app so you can scan your receipts. You know, get the QuickBooks app. So let me tell you something. Every time I stop, I make myself scan a receipt, because I know how I am. I'm not trying, you know, and I still put the receipts above the visor or in the envelope, and then I'll get to it later. But see, it's already scanned in, so I'm good. And then it forces me to see how quickly I can and efficiently I can do this, because when you know where your money's going, you manage your money differently. And I think people really need to understand the root of every problem is not just the lack of resources and cash flow and working capital, but the ability to manage it and to channel it into the right areas of your business and your life to maintain vibrancy, validity. You feel me? And you know, you got to be out here getting it. And this is why every day is a bag for me. I don't play that. Like, I'm gonna give y'all a prime example. I'm riding right now to go help my mama with something, right? Now, I scheduled it in such a way, I'm gonna stop and help my mama, but as soon as I finish helping Miss Elaine, I'm going to take my butt right over to pick up this quick 900 right around the corner from her, and then go back to my home and be ready and set up to knock out all the jobs I got the following day in Alabama. Right now, I'm going into Georgia. I'm actually my mother lives in Georgia, so I am currently riding through a place called Madison, Florida. And they got hit hard with this hurricane. You'll see as I'm driving, you'll still see trees down and all kind of stuff. But, you know, like I know, you see all this land, you better get some. Because that's where the gold at. And you wondering where to get these cash flowing assets. You wondering how to build money and wealth. Own you some land. Own some land, I'm telling you. That's one of the things that people be sleeping on. Because one thing about it ain't going down, it's going up. You know? It's going up and they ain't making no more. But getting back to this money management, I think that is, in fact, I know it's one of the things people struggle with, because, you know, they trying to pay the bills out of the business account. They trying to do this, and they really setting themselves up for audits. They just setting themselves up for so many things, and you don't know until it hits you. The worst thing you can do is make $1 million, and then the IRS come and tell you they need 1.5 of the million, and you wondering what. Like, this is real life situations. So all I'm telling you to do is grab it at this level now and learn how to balance your personal finances and your business finances, and life will be a lot better. How do you do that? Me, I'm a Dave Ramsey hybrid, where I'm a firm believer, live way underneath your means. And one thing you figure out as a business owner, when you start running a business, you realize 99% of stuff you thought you needed on the personal side, you don't need. Now you understand when you was working a 9 to 5 why they was so trifling and stingy. Because at the end of the day, to see a profit, you gotta be able to build up your skill set, work on appliances that you can charge a premium for, and provide services you can charge a premium for, and then take whatever you have left over and parlay that. Meaning that I teach all the people that I coach, your dollar in your business should do 31 push-ups before it leaves the business. What do I mean by that? It should be circulating in your business and being used to bring you more money. You go out and bring the money. When you come home and fry it up in the pan, you got to make sure that you are able to find a way to make more out of just that little bit you made. And that's what people don't understand. There are several ways to expand the money you make in appliance repair. cash flowing investments. I just gave you one, land. For those of y'all, this is not financial advice. I'm just telling you what I do. You know, for those of you who are into crypto and stocks and options, hey, that's great too. But you better understand how to monetize these resources, whether it's flipping appliances or parts that you have that are still good or viable. You know, pop them used parts on eBay. It's so many ways to run that bag up consistently and constantly. But if you're not in the game, you're never gonna win. Like for the eBay side of my business, laser appliance parts, I have a separate account, separate business, and it feeds and laser appliance parts, purchase the parts from laser appliance repair. See, y'all don't understand, it is an economy. And then that goes into a whole nother game. This is what I mean about your business. You should be able to use your business to make money at all levels. I got my YouTube channel here. I tell so many people they should be documenting their journey. This is something I just started because I was like, okay, I'm riding. Let me talk to people. Let me give them the real viewpoint from my point of view. Now, I'm not saying you should come out and do it like I do it. You follow me? I structured my business this way because this is the business I wanted for a number of reasons. You know, my family's spread out over the state, so I get to see all my people on a regular basis. You know, I get to deal with a specific clientele that is geared to what I need for my business to be successful with low overhead. Like, I have a whole nother process I run. And most people don't understand it. Now, when people get on the game with me, they be like, oh my God, it's so stress-free. But the point is you have to find new ways to look at doing business. And you shouldn't be sitting somewhere where the brook is drying up. You know, I was just talking to somebody down in South Florida, and there's some things that are happening. And I said, well, you better run up that bag right now. Because at the end of the day, when you got opportunity, you got to not only get up a bat, but you got to hit 99% of them got to be home runs. And the only way to do that is, number one, be alert. Number two, be prepared. And number three, be ready. It's that quick. Get that bag and keep it moving. And then when you get the bag, parlay the bag. You hear me say this all the time. Everybody has an interest. Everybody has a hobby. They just don't understand they can monetize that. Learn how to monetize the gifts you have given, because that's what they were given to you. It's called the talents. You have to be fruitful and multiply in every part of your life. You're not sent here or put on earth to be a bum. You know, a lot of y'all, I watch people all the time, and a lot of them have just lost their drive. They've lost their ambition. They just disgusted. They done been through some patches, so many bad patches in life. They just don't give a damn no more. Believe me, I know what that feels like. That's why my circle's so tight, and that's why I don't allow people in, because I'm not going to allow anything or anybody to contaminate my development and my growth. If I'm a fail, I'm a fail on my own. If I'm a win, I'm a win on my own. And that's really how I feel about it, because I have seen what happens when you try to take people with you who this is not their dream or their journey. You got to respect what people are, be polite along the way, and let them go do them. Because at the end of the day, I hear a lot of people talking smack, but Miss Ward is still standing, still making hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s a year. Not 100, not 200, not 300. You feel me? And I'm doing it because I stay consistent. And it's not a brag, it's just about consistency. And I'm always looking at ways to enhance that. But at the same time, while I'm doing this, I'm growing other industries and other businesses, because I can't do this forever. Yes, this scenic route is nice. The drive is calm and relaxing. But when I first started, it wasn't like this. This wasn't the plan. This wasn't even part of the plan. It was just part of survival. And then as time went on, I learned how to not only embrace it, but use this with the tax strategy part of my business. Traveling is part of my tax strategy, and most people don't understand. Traveling is part of my investment strategy. When I go into these communities, a lot of these communities, I see homes, I see things, land I can pick up, I see opportunity, I see what the locals don't see, and I get on it, and I just keep my mouth shut. It's that simple. But at the end of the day, you got to realize, figure out what works for you and wear it out. Stop trying to do what everybody else do. You can take what you do and put it in one bucket, in one community, in one situation, and make more than you could around a lot of dummies who ain't doing nothing. Everybody's speculating. Oh, they telling you what they heard, but they ain't done nothing. Oh, that's the worst. I can't stand them. They be paralysis analysis. They watch 1,200 videos, ain't made a move yet. They speculating and thinking it out. And they'll be thinking on it for 12 years while you over here, over in the Maldives, chilling. But it is what it is. You got to make your own decisions. You got to be willing to deal with the failures, the wins and the losses, the trials and the tribulations. Everything comes down to discipline and consistent work ethic. That's all I can tell you, y'all. Get that profit first game down. Learn how to manage your personal money. I'm going to put Dave Ramsey's Money Makeover in there too. In the description, I'm going to put profit first, and then I'm going to put the E-Myth. Those three should help you out. With that said, Ms. Ward is signing off. I think I'm probably about to cross into Georgia, Brooks County. Should be coming up here shortly. Then I'm going to be over in Lowndes County, and shout out to my people. This is where my people from, the American side of my family. Those who know me know that I am Bahamian also. So, shout out to Brooks County. This is where my family is rooted from. That's why I love the opportunity to come back and snatch some of this land grab. Wow. It's a lot of water streams. It's a lot of situations going on here. But if I didn't have a boutique appliance repair business where I can come and do work here and all over the state and multiple states, I wouldn't have a leg up. I'm able to come here, invest, and keep it moving and check on it every week. God is good all the time. So with that said, y'all, I want y'all to stay blessed. I want you to stay strategic in how you move. And don't let nobody turn you around. Don't let nobody talk you out of your blessings. I'm here to tell you. Thank you for listening to my long-winded ass. And I want you to have a great day. Ms. Ward is signing off. Solid steppers keep stepping. And take the Titans. Let's go get it.